A North Carolina tow truck driver said God told him to leave a disabled Bernie Sanders supporter stranded along a busy interstate. Now, this is according to WHNS TV. The disabled woman named Cassie McWade had been involved in a small car crash. So like anybody, she called her regular mechanic so they could go get her car towed towards the shop. Now, this is where the story gets kind of shitty. According to WHNS, Kenneth Shoup, owner of Shoup Max Towing, arrived about an hour later and began hooking up McWade's car to his truck, until he spotted a Bernie Sanders campaign sticker on her bumper and the yard sign placed in her back window. Now, lots of people put campaign stickers on their cars. In fact, I still see some McCain-Palin ones around. And of course, I laugh, right? I kind of chuckle at it because, losers. Sarah Palin. But this dude, well, he didn't find it so funny. In fact, according to McWade, quote, he goes around the back and comes back and says, I can't tell you. My first instinct says, there must be something wrong with the car. And he says, no, nothing wrong with the car. You're just a Bernie supporter. And I was like, wait, really? He says, yes, ma'am, and then just walks away. So basically, he left her hanging. A woman who, by the way, suffers from things like arthritis and other health conditions, and this guy just leaves her by the side of the road. Good luck to you, Bernie supporter. Now, what in the hell was this guy thinking? Well, it turns out he's claiming that God told him to fuck over a disabled woman. Quote, something came over me. I think the Lord came to me, and he just said, get in the truck and leave. Now, isn't that funny that for some people, God always tells them to do the things that they probably wanted to do in the first place? Funny how that works, right? He continues, and when I got in my truck, I was so proud because I felt like I finally drew a line in the sand and stood up for what I believed. So basically, you believe in stranding people who you don't agree with politically. That doesn't make you a hero. That makes you an asshole. But of course, instead of admitting it, he decides to blame her and people like her. Quote, every business dealing in recent history with a socialist-minded person, I have not gotten paid. I own this truck. It says Shoopy, not freebie. Every time I deal with these people, I get burned with an E, not a U. Yeah, nice story, bro. Too bad it's probably bullshit. This seems like just a way to justify sticking it to someone whose political beliefs are not the same as your own. And look, speaking of political beliefs, you want to guess what candidate he supports? Give you a couple guesses. Donald Trump. Not originally. I think he was a Ted Cruz supporter, but now that Cruz has dropped... No, he was a Ben Carson supporter. Sorry. Ben Carson dropped out. Well, here comes the Trump love. He says he'll support Trump 110%. Now, look, I'm not saying that all Trump supporters are definitively assholes, right? I just haven't seemed to meet any that didn't fall into the asshole category. Hey, Trump supporters, if you're a nice person and if you exist, please let me know. Because people like this guy are making you all look bad. Please let me know if you're a nice Trump supporter and not a jerk or a racist or a bigot or an asshole. Please let me know. If you wouldn't fuck over a disabled person, let me know. I want to know that you exist so I can rekindle my faith in some of humanity. Please. I mean, look, leaving someone who suffers from psoriatic arthritis, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and early stage Crohn's disease, and is legally disabled and displays a handicap placard on her rear view mirror, stranding someone like that is an asshole move. But of course, he says that he didn't know that she was disabled. Which, once again, if you believe the family, is bullshit. They said that they told him during the call. So, he apparently knew, even though he claimed that he didn't know. And also, this handicap sticker, those are hard to miss. Even if you're a tow truck driver. Kind of hard to miss that. I mean, it's right fucking there. But even if he knew, he said that it wouldn't have actually changed anything. He said, quote, "Had she been disabled, would I have towed her car? No, ma'am. I would have pulled forward and sat there with her to make sure she was okay until another wrecker service showed up to get her home safely. But I still would not have towed her car." Well, you sitting there staying would make no difference. You have a tow truck. You have a job. Fucking do it. Amazing, right? Amazing. You came out of your way, used your gas to go all the way there, and then to turn right around because, oh, Bernie supporter, I wasn't going to get paid. You wasted your gas to get there and then left. You screwed yourself, buddy, more than she could ever screw you. But still, he says he stands by his decision. Quote, "I would do it again today if the opportunity presented itself. I respect their beliefs and I hope they respect my views." No. Sorry, dude. I do not respect any view that allows you to turn your back on another human being in need, especially over something as petty as an ideological difference in political philosophy. But see, that's the difference between most Bernie supporters and all the Trump supporters that I've gotten to know. We actually believe in being kind to each other, helping each other in need. In fact, most of us would give the shirt off our backs to help a Trump supporter if they needed it. Because you know what? That's what they believe in. They're human beings. Our ideology is not me first. It's not me, us. It's together. We are stronger. When we work together, when we pool our resources, we can help everyone. Everyone can benefit if we work together. Even those who are able to contribute the most, they will still benefit from this. Because when you raise up everyone, everyone wins. His ideology seems much different. Now, to be fair, Shoup's longtime friend Steve Johnson said that Shoop will bend over backwards to help people and has thousands and thousands of friends. If Shoop knew McWade was disabled, he said that he would have not left her on the side of the road, according to Johnson. Well, once again, she had a sign that was very easily visible, and the family claims that they told him during the call. But Johnson continues. When he wakes up in the morning, he's the same person every day. And that faith, his political views have been the same since he was a teenager. Well, to me, it doesn't seem like he was bending over backwards to help this young lady. I think maybe he would help people, right? But only the ones that he deems worthy of his help. And apparently to him, a disabled Bernie Sanders supporter just isn't worthy in his eyes of his service. And this right here is what I call the entitlement mentality at work. We've seen this in some conservatives. What do I mean by entitlement mentality? Well, I decide who's worthy of my help, who's entitled to my help. I decide who I should serve. I decide who gets rights, especially when it comes to the case of LGBT issues. Sorry, dude, this is America. One person alone does not get to decide all that. We all together make that decision as a collective. We are a collective. America is a thing. We're not independent feudal lordships or whatever, like this guy seems to think it is, where we all do our own little thing in our own little communities. No, we're a thing. We help each other. And if you don't like that, well, maybe you should go somewhere else. Because you know what? Helping each other is called being part of civilized society. And at the end of the day, if you're a Bernie supporter, Clinton supporter, Trump supporter, and look, we can all disagree on politics, but everyone deserves to be treated with humanity, compassion, and most of all, with respect as a human being. And if you don't agree with that, well, then you can kindly fuck off.